All right, guys, I'm super excited to share this video with you. We are going to be taking a look at how to scale your revenue inside of your Instagram DMs, regardless if you have a small or a large following. The goal of this video is really to help you break through that $100,000 mark from your actual DMs. Now, if that feels a little bit far off from you, don't worry. This is still going to break it down and you can utilize it for your audience as you scale. If you're already past the 100K mark, I promise you this video is going to do the same for you. It's going to take you from that 100K mark to the $500,000 per month mark. Now, this is a proven system that we've used with some of the biggest names in the coaching industry. And our goal ultimately is to increase engagement, increase the amount of actual DM responses, increase the level of trust that clients have with us as a brand, and increase return users. Now, here on my screen, if we can achieve this, the outcome ultimately is going to equal more revenue. But these other things are going to be precursors to more revenue. So I'm going to take you through in this video the entire funnel, start to finish. We're going to go through exactly how to utilize a system called the Lipsend and this DM funnel to make sure that no leads ever slip through the cracks. Now, again, some of the biggest people in the industry, the Andy Elliott's, the Tony Robbins, the Dean Graziosis, are using this exact system, and it is working very well for them. Now, just because you have a smaller brand doesn't mean that it won't work as well for you. If anything, it could actually work better. But the important part is that you get the implementation correct and that you understand why we are actually running the funnel the way we are. So let's go ahead and dive in. I have here on this left-hand side, it says value only, value plus combo, and specific actions. Now, there are a difference between these. Ultimately, when we're running DMs and doing call to action posts, we can either do a value only post, we can do a value and combo post, or we can do specific actions. Now, value only posts are there to increase trust, increase post engagement, train your audience that they can feel comfortable commenting and they're going to receive what they actually receive and it's going to have value. And we're going to be giving out resources. So things like PDFs, YouTube videos, and workbooks. And I'm sure if you follow any of your influencers or if you are already doing this motion, you're running something very similar. But we are going to show you the difference between what you are currently doing and what you should be doing. So the value plus combo is just adding the conversation piece to the value piece. So we are able to increase trust, but we're allowed to actually do discovery. We're able to learn more about our client. And then ultimately, we are able to increase the likelihood of that person coming back to our DMs because we're having a conversation. We're making it enjoyable to comment. We're not just throwing a PDF at them and saying good luck. Third is specific actions. So maybe you're running a webinar, a challenge, and you want to drive opt-ins, okay? So I'm going to show you how to build out all three of these paths, and they're going to be somewhat similar, but there are some nuances between. Now, when you do a CTA post, a lot of people are doing these, but there are a couple flaws. Most people are using ManyChat, and ManyChat is over automated. Basically, we're using chatbots and we're losing the human touch piece to this. But without a Lipsend, it was very difficult to actually engage people in the DMs without losing track of everyone and having to follow up. You had to just kind of scroll through and, the inbox is super confusing. This solves all of that. So as we get into this, we have those three pieces. We have value only, we have value and combo, and then we have specific actions. Next up, we have our call to action. And the call to action, simply, if you've never done it before, it's a keyword for those people that have done it. It's comment CTA, DM me CTA, or reply to this story with CTA. You can do it any way. Now, when we come over here, there are ultimately three paths. And I'm going to zoom out just a little bit here. Hopefully you guys can still see this. So something that you notice right off of the bat is 7-day window opt-in. And I want to talk about this because a lot of you are not optimizing for this. So what happens with ManyChat is they comment, let's say they reply to a story with CTA, and I'm going to give them a brand guideline. So they reply, ManyChat automates it, sends them the resource. Now, the problem is, per Meta's rules, I cannot reach out to that person again unless they respond, okay? Now, what this is doing is creating a huge problem because I cannot follow up with this lead. I cannot send additional resources. I can't do anything. All I can do is give them that initial resource. Now, in a Lipsend, we have a practice where we're going to create an opportunity for us to be able to communicate with them for the next 7 days based on Meta's rules. And again, none of this is going against Meta's rules, so there's no chance of getting blocked. We definitely don't want to spam people, but we can follow up with them. And as we know in DMs, that is going to be detrimental to our actual success. So the 7-day window opt-in, essentially what we are doing is we are sending a button. So let's open up this automation here inside of Ellipsend. And if you haven't used Ellipsend at all, we're going to cover it a lot in this video, but I have a full demo on our channel, and we're going to be having other videos because we are making a ton of money for our clients using this software and using this TM funnel. So when we come into here, you can see here that we have all of these different options. Now, what we don't want to do is just say, hey, here's your PDF, okay? We want to actually initiate the conversation with a button click, because that button click opens our 7-day window. And that is where, this really gets helpful. So what we're going to do inside of Ellipsend is just come over here. We're going to add a new action. And the option that we're actually going to use is message and button. Okay. And the message is going to be, hey, would you like me to send that resource over? Okay. So now we add a button, and the button title is yes, send it. Okay. And then we're going to continue to next step. And that's it. Okay. So what we're doing is we're having them actually opt in, which opens that 7-day window. Then we send the resource. So directly after this, now we're going to add another new action here. And this is going to be message plus a quick reply, or we can just send a message. We can do really whatever we want at this point. So we're going to do a message and a quick reply. And we are going to have, actually, let's do a message. So we're going to have a message, message and button. Here is your free brand guide. Add button title, click here to access. And we're going to do link button, and this is just going to be google.com. Okay. So ultimately what we're doing is we are sending this initial message. As soon as they click yes, send it, we are then sending the resource. So they're still getting the resource. We didn't exclude that from what they actually wanted. But we have that 7-day window. Okay. Now, once we have the 7-day window, if we're up here on the value only post, what we're going to be doing is sending the free resource and then tagging the contact with a label. And this again is where Ellipsend makes it so freaking easy to be able to track exactly who is in your DMs, who came from what campaign. We'll go into campaigns and pipeline statuses and how do you actually attribute revenue back to each post so we know what to do and which posts we should be doing more of. But you can see here, we have the ability. So after this happens, we can add a new tag here and we can scroll down and we can add a label. And that label will be, let's say YouTube is the actual label we're adding. Okay. Now, since I'm able to add this label, we can filter through our conversations. And I'll show you real quick when we actually come into our inbox. So since we are tagging those contacts when they come through that funnel with a label, I can come right down here and I can see, oh, YouTube. So who came from YouTube? Boom, there we go. So we got Gabriel, and then Gabriel, if you haven't checked him out, Gabriel M. Padilla on Instagram, he is the founder of Ellipsend, but it actually tags the contacts. So now I can filter by all of those people that have came through that specific automation, okay? So we're going to tag the contact, and then we're going to set the campaign status to new lead, okay? Now, if we are doing the value plus combo, we are going to do our 7-day opt-in. We're going to send the free resource. We're going to tag the contact with a label, just like we did in the last one. But then we have a few extra steps. So we're going to set the campaign status to new lead, and then we're going to send our inquiry question, okay? And basically, this inquiry question is the follow up to the free resource. So let's say I'm sending that free brand guideline. I want to send a follow up message directly afterwards that says something like, curious, what had you interested in the brand guideline in the first place, right? Or curious, what kind of brand are you trying to create? Or curious, where are you in the process of creating your brand? Okay. And what we're doing is we're trying to get a response from this person. Now, we need to make sure that this next step is also implemented. So we have an if user responds basically inside of there. So when they respond, we're now going to tag the contact as engaged. And what we're doing is we are trying to bucket all of our DMs and all of our leads so that they're associated with the label or associated with the campaign that we're actually running. And then we're associating based on if they're engaged or not engaged and where they're at in the actual pipeline. So obviously, I want to talk to people who have responded to that inquiry message before I talk to everyone who opted in and never responded. Okay. Now, when we come down here to the specific action section, very similar. So we're going to send the button for the external page. So instead of sending a free resource, we're going to send the button for the external page. We're going to tag the contact with a label. We are going to set the campaign status to new lead. And then we're going to send the inquiry question. And then we're going to do the same thing. Okay. Now, once we have this, if they're engaged, great. We just continue to have the conversation. If they do not respond, then we want to send a follow-up message. So we want to say, hey, I noticed you got the link, but didn't register for the event. And then we can ask them questions. We can probe them, to figure out why they didn't actually register. But the key here is we're able to actually follow up with them because we did the 7-day window opt-in. Okay. So something to note on this whole piece is going back to the very, very first thing that I mentioned, which is increasing engagement, increasing DMs and responses, and increasing trust. Okay. We want people to be coming back to these posts and feeling comfortable commenting. If you do not run this funnel the correct way, if you do not tag them, filter them, and make sure that your automations are set up to increase engagement, then they're gonna comment one time, they're gonna get the shitty free resource that you gave them, and then they're never gonna come back because it just didn't provide value. So that brings me to the next thing, which is resource types. And we want to make sure that whatever resource we're providing doesn't feel like it's the same thing every single time. And we want to make sure that the resource actually has value. Now, when I say that it has value, that doesn't mean that it's super complex. Sometimes the most simple asset is going to be the most powerful. Now, a good use case of this was Pace Morby. Pace Morby ran a similar DM automation funnel like this. I don't even like calling it a DM automation funnel because it really is just a handoff to a real person, and we're engaging these with real conversations. But with that actual resource, it was basically a pocket dictionary, and it listed out a bunch of wholesale terms that are commonly used. And this resource was one of the most loved resources. So you need to make sure that you're creating assets that people can actually use, and their value first. But again, they don't need to be complex. So remember, the resource types are going to matter. And then when we are in this middle one, so when we're actually value plus combo and we're having these conversations, something I want to hit home as hard as possible is we are not trying to convert these people into booked calls. Okay. That is not our goal. Our goal is to make sure that we are finding the right path for the customer at that point in their journey. Now, this is difficult sometimes with DM setters because you either have a really salesy person or you have a customer service person. And we need to find that person in the middle. Okay. So we can either train a salesy person to be more customer service centric or a customer service person to be more salesy. But if you can find that perfect mix of the two, that is the person that you want in your DMs. Because if every time I go to opt in or get a free resource from you, you send it, and then the first thing you say is, do you want to book a call? Do you want to buy this program? I'm not going to come back to your actual post. Okay. Now, the last thing I'm going to hit on in this video is if we do all of this correctly, you do not have to have an upcoming challenge to do this. You do not need to be selling a program to do this. Basically, the more trust we build and the more engagement we have on our posts, the more this is going to be pushed out to the rest of our audience. Okay. And then it's going to be pushed beyond our audience. And this is the ultimate goal with engagement on our posts. That's why the comment X on my post to receive whatever, we're basically incentivizing them to comment on our post and driving engagement because the algorithm will feed it to new people. And if we do this right, a really good benchmark is if we have more people commenting than we have new followers, that means it hit new audiences that don't even follow us yet. Okay. And that is also, again, why the 7-day window is so important because if they don't follow us, we can't message them. So we need to make sure that they are engaging with us, they're clicking that button, and we can actually respond. So I hope this video is helpful. I promise you, regardless if you're making 30K a month in your DMs right now or you're making $200,000 a month, if you implement this entire process, you tag your leads correctly, you make sure the handouts are happening, and you focus on trust inside of this, you will make more money. Now, at the end of the day, if this is something that you would like to have, but you don't want to build it, or you just need some more advice, feel free to schedule a time to speak with me or someone on my team. We can point you in the right direction. We're doing this with a lot of big names in the coaching industry, the high ticket space, as well as other industries. So it doesn't matter if you are a large organization like an enterprise company. This is by far the best way to engage your leads, build trust, and drive revenue through your DM. So I hope this video is helpful. We'll have a lot more on the DM funnel strategies that we've been using, as well as Ellipsend here in the near future. Cheers.